Welcome to Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about the Karate Kid Legends. Let's get to my thoughts now, yo. Alright, y'all. Let's get to this review now, yo. So, my bad for this review coming a little late. You know, I celebrated my birthday and my mother's birthday this past weekend. So, you know, had a busy weekend, but I had to see this one. You know, this was in my most anticipated movies of the year. You know, just saw the newest Karate Kid movie, and it's pretty mid. I am a fan of this franchise, as I love the OG Karate Kid films, especially the first one, you know, one of my favorite movies ever. And the Cobra Kai series, great series, one of my favorite series ever. And I thought the 2010 Karate Kid film was okay, you know, so I was looking forward to this new Karate Kid Legends, and it disappointed me a bit, I'm not gonna lie, especially for it being in my top 10 most anticipated movies this year. It disappointed a bit. Jonathan Eisenwhistle could have done a much better directing this film, as I don't think he was the right director for this film, and they should have hired someone with much more experience as a director and someone that's more familiar with the franchise and the source material to direct this film, because I'm not convinced that Eisenwhistle is that familiar with the Karate Kid films. I am not convinced. This movie did not convince me of that. The writing is for sure the weakest aspect of this film, as this movie tries to tell two different stories and make two different films in one. The first half is about Lee, who trains this guy to box, which was nowhere to be seen in the trailers because he's into his daughter. And the second half is about Jackie Chan training Lee for this Karate Kid tournament. And they try to tell both these stories in an hour and a half, and it made this film feel very rushed. I thought certain aspects of this film were entertaining, and the fight scenes were great, but the script is a mess, and it's very clunky. The acting is solid in this film, as Ben Wong and Jackie Chan both give good performances in this film. Ralph Macchio, he does a great job in this film as well, but he's kind of wasted in this film because he's not given much to do and he doesn't have a lot of screen time. You know, the trailers point to him having a more pivotal and important role in this movie, but you know, it misled you. The trailer misled, you know, the story, you know, Ralph Macchio's role in this movie. It was a misleading trailer. Bullshit trailer, as you call it. The cinematography is solid. It's a nicely shot film. Some good camera work, but I think there should have been more wider shots during the fight scenes so it could let these scenes breathe. Just like the first Karate Kid film. You know, a little bit too much close-ups on these fighting scenes, you know. The production design is pretty cool, but the soundtrack fucking sucks, as it's the most random soundtrack I've ever heard, and it makes this film feel way out of place. The editing is not too bad, as it's a short movie, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. But I think the film could have been a little longer to flesh out the characters and stories more, you know. Overall, Karate Kid Legends' biggest problem is it plays too safe, and it tells the same generic story that's been told in this franchise before. It's not a terrible film by any means, and it's average entertainment at best. If you're a fan of the Karate Kid franchise, then I recommend this film. You know, I recommend watching it, even though it's one of the weaker films in the franchise. But, you know, check it out, see it for yourself. I'm giving this film a C. You know, we eating all right watching this movie. Chipotle, Carl's Jr. type shit. Alright, y'all, so that's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment on whether you have seen this movie or you're excited to see it. And if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite Karate Kid movie? Mine's still the OG one, the original 1984 version. And I love the Cobra Kai series. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and alerts to know when I drop a new review. I appreciate you all for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night. Whatever time you watch this. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch me talk about movies. Thank you. Bye-bye.